Okay, so let me see. I should be live on TikTok and let's see. So I need to find the chat, record. No, okay, let me go to TikTok because it's not showing that I'm live on TikTok. And it said that I'm live streaming. Is anyone here from TikTok? Let me see if I can. Oh, okay. I see. So I do see streaming on TikTok and it's not showing. It should be TikTok and YouTube. Let me go to my YouTube channel, see if it's saying that I'm live. Can you all let me know where you're watching me from if you're in the room? Where's my comment section? If you are in the room, can you let me know where you're watching? Oh, I see. Okay, so from YouTube. Okay, nice. Okay, so hopefully I get some people from TikTok. But it's not showing that I'm streaming on YouTube. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so it is showing that I'm streaming from YouTube. Okay, then let me go to TikTok. So I'm out of town. I'm in my aunt's house, so that's why my setup might look a little bit different. But I was like, I'm bringing all my stuff and all my equipment so I can still do what I need to do. Let's see. So it's not saying that I'm live on TikTok. That's really where I needed to be. Um, Let me tell people on Instagram that I'm going live on TikTok because that's where I really need to be. So I need to send that over. Oh, let me take my thing out of the screen. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in from Instagram or from my YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and go live on TikTok and live. Okay. Let's see. All right. And live on another device. Oh no. Okay, so I am live. Okay, nice. So I'm live on TikTok and then so let me go back to IG and then see if I can get back in. Whoops. Let me see. This technology is something. So I'm trying to get it to go back into Instagram. So let's see if I can get back in. So I know TikTok is live streaming. If you hear from TikTok, can you let me know? I know YouTube is streaming. Um, I'm just trying to get back into Instagram. Okay, so let me see. So I'm gonna see if I can get back into Instagram, and then we'll start the live stream. So my name is Manicka. I am a clinical social worker, YouTuber, and a content creator, and I help social workers, therapists, and helping professionals design careers that they love and teach what they know. And I've been going live over the past couple of days, and I've been talking about the stages of professionalism. So if you're watching from YouTube, that was like my last or second to last video where I talked about the career phase, the scaffolding phase, and the social work CEO phase. So I've done two lives already. The first live that I did was talking about the career phase. That's when you're working in your 9 to 5 as a social worker. And then yesterday I talked about the scaffolding phase, which is when you make the decision to start creating something for yourself. So that could be starting a coaching company, a consulting company, or creating your own digital products. Now we're going to talk about the social work CEO phase, and I also have this on my IG um, profile, so you can kind of see a little bit more what I'm talking about. It's pinned at the top. It talks about the 3 stages of professionalism. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and go live. All right. So it's saying that I'm live now. Okay. So this is what I wanted. So again, my name is Manicka Thomas. I'm going to be looking between two screens. We're going to be talking about the 3 stages of professionalism today. The third phase that we're going to be talking about is the social work CEO phase. So yesterday we talked about the scaffolding phase. The scaffolding phase is when you make the decision that you want to start something for yourself. You decide that you have a level of knowledge and expertise, and that you're ready to create your own digital products, to start your own consulting company, or to start your own coaching company. And you could do that even if you don't have your social work license. So we talked about how to transition from the career phase to the scaffolding phase. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you all so much for coming in. Well, my name is Manicka. We're talking about the 3 stages of professionalism within the social work profession, and how you can begin designing a career that you love by creating your own digital product. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, I've been creating my own digital products since a little bit before COVID. So if you go to the link in my bio, you'll see how I got started. And this is easy for any social worker to do. I know yesterday a lot of you were concerned about the fact that you're not licensed, you're still in school, you're working towards your LCSW, and some of you wanted to know, can I create my digital products while I'm also working toward my LCSW or my LISW? I am a LISWS, but it's totally possible for you to work on that, do your training while you're also creating your own digital products. And one of the reasons why it's so easy is because of the bundle that I'm going to be telling you all about today. What I've put together for you all to make this super easy and super simple is a product that I've been working on called Digital Dollars Unlocked. So if you're ready to get started creating your own digital products, we're going to be talking about what that looks like for you and what is included in the bundle so that you can hit the ground running on getting your own digital products created. So one of my first digital products that I created was 112 Careers in Social Work. That's the first bundle that I created. That was the first digital product that I created. From that, I created 32 must read books that every social worker must have. And then I started creating my resume templates. And then I started creating templated letters. So if you were working in schools and you had a student who was diagnosed with ADHD and you needed a letter to send to the school describing the diagnosis and what some of the symptoms were, I put together a template for that. I also sell my private practice resources. So if you're looking to start a private practice and you don't want to go out surfing the internet for all the documents and forms that you need, I put that together. It's over 15 documents um, to get started in your private practice. So it's your um, consent form, your not application, your consent form, your diagnostic assessment. It includes your telehealth notification saying that you're going to be offering telehealth. It also includes your electronic communication consent. So it's over like 15 documents that I've included for you to get started in your private practice. So those are the digital products that I first started creating. And let me know in the chat when I say digital products, do you all know what I mean? Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know what I mean when I say digital products. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know what I mean when I mention about starting your digital products, teaching what you know as a social worker, therapist, helping professional, or a social service professional. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know what I mean when I talk about digital products. So thank you all, everyone who's tuning in from YouTube, also from TikTok, and then for those of you who are here from Instagram. So we're talking about designing a career that you love, teaching what you know, using your social work degree, using the skills that you already have, packaging the knowledge and the skills that you have, and being able to create digital products online. And the reason why I've been talking about this for a while, but I just really got to the point where I put together a bundle for you all. And the reason why this is so important, because we're in a time now when we need to be thinking about doing something outside of a traditional 9 to 5. We need to be creating something for ourselves where we can financially benefit from it. We need to be packaging our own knowledge and our own skill sets so that we can begin to sell things that financially benefit us. So if anything was to happen to your 9 to 5, I'm sure many of you have been seeing about layoffs. You have been seeing about companies cutting back. A lot of things are happening within your social work career where programs and projects are being cut. If you've ever worked on a grant funded um, position or a grant funded program, you know how those programs can be doing really well 1 minute and then in the next once the funding is over, and then you have to get transitioned to a different program. So to alleviate the stress and worry of all of that, one of the things that I think every social worker should do is to create their own digital products. And the digital product is something that you create once and you can sell multiple times over and over and over again. That's what I do on the side for my private practice. And what I create is bundles and templates for social workers to begin to be able to advance in their career. You don't have to do that. You can think about the target demographic that you serve. Maybe you serve single mothers. Maybe you want to do a reentry program. Maybe you want to start a group home, or maybe you want to work with teens who are experiencing anger management issues. Maybe you want to work with substance abuse. You can create whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you desire. You can package that up and create your own digital product. And it's super simple to do. And I want to tell you all about how I'm helping social workers be able to do that using their degree and using the knowledge and expertise that they have. So, what I've created is a bundle called Digital Dollars Unlocked. And with Digital Dollars Unlocked, you get access to 13 done for you programs and courses that you can use to start creating your own digital product. Now, I know some of you have already taken advantage of one of the other products that I gave you. I Some of you messaged me and I gave you 20 social work specific um, digital product ideas that you can start. Some of you already have access to that. I know you have access to it, but I've not seen where when I follow up with you guys that you've actually gone into the document, picked your digital product, and then actually started creating it. So what I want to talk to you about today is what's included in the bundle so that you'll know what you need to get started, that you'll have everything that you need. I don't want you to worry about whether or not you'll have what you need and what all is included. I'm going to go over everything that's included with the Digital Dollars Unlocked. So when you access the program, it is 100% done for you. And not only is it done for you, it gives you everything that you need to do to get started. So let me tell you what's included in the bundle. So what's included in the bundle is your crash course to Canva. So put a one in the chat if any of you are familiar with Canva. Put a one in the chat if you're familiar with Canva. So in order for you to get started creating your digital products, you have to be familiar with some type of design platform. So when I first started creating my digital products, or when I first started creating products in general, this wasn't even digital. I got started by using Microsoft PowerPoint. So for those of you who are on YouTube, or if you follow me on YouTube, if you scroll back to my earliest video on YouTube, you'll see a video on there where I was creating a nonprofit flyer in PowerPoint. So now Canva makes it super easy to create graphic designs. So some of you are familiar with Canva, which is great. So what you get in order to start making your first digital product is your crash course to Canva. So I walk you through what it is you need to do to get started, how to create your digital product, how to create your own logo for it, create your own designs and color schemes, what fonts to use. So it has information in there about font pairing, so you know what fonts look good together. You also get 90 days of social media content ideas. So you can use this content idea planner to think about how you want to start making content over the next 90 days to launch your digital product. Now, if you don't have a digital product, what's also included is the 20 product ideas that I gave you that are social work specific. So you don't even have to think about what it is that you want to start. You also get Facebook marketing on TikTok. So if you want to maintain your confidentiality and privacy and you don't want to show your face, you get Facebook marketing on TikTok. You get the Instagram playbook. You get faceless marketing on Instagram. You get the ultimate faceless guide. You get the email marketing playbook. So again, this is over 13 courses that you get instant download. You get earning passive income with ChatGPT. You get 300 chat GPT prompts. So it's going to help you know what you need to say when you're creating engaging content. You also get the roadmap to digital marketing, and then you get the monthly focus workbook. So this is where you can start creating your ideas, planning your templates and things that you want to do. You can print this out and then use this to start planning your digital products. And then you get the beginner's guide to digital products. So that's everything that you need to know to introduce you to the world of digital products. And then you also get strategies that sell. So after you create your program or your digital course or your ebook or your guide in Canva, then you need to market it. After you market it, you need to know how to sell it, because you don't just want it sitting in Canva, and you don't want to be talking about it on social media and then no one buys it. So you need to know strategies that can help you sell it. So again, you get the 20 social work specific product ideas. And something else that I just added in this morning, just from some feedback that I got yesterday, a lot of you expressed the fact that you wanted to start your own nonprofit organization. And I mentioned to you that when I first transitioned into the scaffolding phase, that's what my consulting company did. I did graphic design, so newsletters, flyers, and things like that for nonprofits. And then I helped them start their own nonprofit organization. So that was the consulting that I offered. So I put in here just this morning the nonprofit startup playbook. So this is going to be a step-by-step guide to help you have sponsorship letters, to define your goals, your mission, your impact statement. So it's a 9-page impact statement for when you start your nonprofit. It has over 20 templates in here that I included for you to have. So if you know that you want to get started creating your digital products, you can get this bundle of 13 courses for $47. And I marked this down from $97 to $47 because I really want you as social workers to start thinking outside of traditional social work roles. And I want to be able to access more of your products. When I'm doing therapy with my clients and I need a worksheet or a checklist or a guide, I want to be able to access something that you've created using your own knowledge and expertise. If you have something about grief and loss, or something about overcoming trauma, or how to transition after a divorce, and that's your area of expertise, I would want to use what you've created. I would want to use another resource from a social worker in the profession. So if you've had a thought about wanting to start your own digital product, put a 2 in the chat. If you've had a thought that I know that I want to start my own digital product on my online course or training, I want to package the knowledge that I have, but I don't know how to get started, put a 2 in the chat so I know that I'm talking to the right people. Because I took the guesswork out of anything that you can think of that you don't know how to do to get started, whether it's tech, whether it's using Canva, whether it's how to sell, whether it's how to market. You have everything that you need to do to get started. Now, if you know that you're ready to get started, you can click the link in my YouTube. I'm sorry, for YouTube, you can go to my Instagram. If you're on TikTok, you can go to my TikTok profile, click my stand store, and one of the top products up there is the Digital Dollars Unlock. Click Digital Dollars Unlock, and then it'll give you instant access to all of these course bundles that I just mentioned, 13 plus bundles. So you get one product specific. So it's exactly what we need within our profession. So this is not going to talk about starting a laundromat. It's not going to talk about starting vending machines. It's not going to talk about selling bundles. This is going to be how to use that expensive degree that we pay thousands and thousands of dollars for, to be able to take that knowledge and put that into a digital product. So, Victoria, I see that you have an idea of a thought that you are wanting to start a digital product. Would you like to share? What is it that you have in mind? What is it that you're thinking you will want to start as far as your digital product? And then we can kind of walk through. Hey, how are you? It's so good to see you. Thanks for joining my live. I haven't talked to you in so long. We have to catch up. Thanks for joining my live. So, Victoria, if you want to share, if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay. Any of you can DM me after this live so we can talk more specifically. If there's anyone here who did get the 20 products or social work specific digital product ideas, can you let me know if you did get that? And I'm going to be following up with some of you who I know I sent that to, and seeing what you're doing with it, if you use it, if you've taken any action. Okay, I look forward to it. When I get off the live, I do have one place that I'm going, but maybe later on today or on the drive over there, because I'm going somewhere with my mom later, I'll message you so that we can reconnect. I would love that. So let's see. Do we have any questions so far? Victoria, do you feel comfortable sharing what your idea is? So, as I mentioned before, we're talking about moving into the social work CEO phase. So, again, my name is Manicka Thomas. I'm a clinical social worker, a content creator, and I help social workers design careers that they love and teach what they know. And right now, we're talking about how to transition from the career phase to the scaffolding phase, from the scaffolding phase to the social work CEO phase. Um, Now, what that looks like is you can package the information, the knowledge that you have from obtaining your social work degree, and you can begin selling digital products online. And I've created this bundle to show you exactly how you can do that. It's over 13 courses that I've put together for you to be able to start selling your digital products. And also, you get 60 days of mentorship with me. So, because I mentioned to you before that I've already created bundles and I've already created digital products, I'm going to show you exactly step by step what you need to do to get started. And this is 60 days free. This is also included in the bundle. So you don't have to worry about trying to figure it out alone. You have access to my schedule. You can set time with me. You can tell me the ideas that you already have. And we walk through exactly what it is that you need to do to get started selling your digital product. Now, the good thing about this bundle is if you already have a community, let's say you want to help people in your community start selling their resources online, or maybe you want to help people create Canva resources, maybe that's something that you're really good at. Not only do you have access to the bundle to use to create your own digital products, this is a PLR document. This is a PLR document. So what that means is you can take this bundle, add your own branding, add your own marketing, set it up on your own stand store, and you can resell this to other people in your audience and other people in your community. You have 100% access to this to create what you want and use it how you want. So once you purchase it from me, it's 100% yours. You can resell it as a bundle like how I have it, or you can take parts of the bundle out and sell those things specifically. So again, if you just wanted to focus on the Canva crash course, once you get access to this digital download, you go into the document that I created for you, you pull out the crash course, you set it up on your stand store, and you can begin selling this product by tomorrow. So it's that easy. And then you get access to the 60 days of mentorship with me. So if you have any questions when you come into my community, I'll show you exactly how to set up your stand store, how to price your product, how to make sure that you have it set up properly on Canva, how to set up your email sequences if you decide that you want to do that. So the email sequences are the things that you send out to your customers after they've purchased from you. So you want to have that. So you also get master classes with me. So we talk about setting up your stand store so we can make sure that you have everything set up properly. We use ChatGPT to make sure that you have a description for the product, or you can use the description that I have. There's no way that you can lose with this. There's no way that you can fail. I've taken all the guesswork out. I made this super easy for you to be able to get started today. You can click a link in my bio, $47 to get started with Digital Dollars Unlocked. Only $47. And I want all of you to really think about taking advantage of this, because we're in a time when other people within our profession, they're taking advantage of creating digital products. If you're getting ads on your feed about how to what are some ads that I'm getting on my feed about real estate? People in real estate are doing it, teachers are doing it, nurses are doing it, doctors are doing it. They're all packaging their knowledge and creating digital products. I don't want us as social workers to miss out on this opportunity, because the digital content space is projected to be $1 billion industry. And if we don't have our own products out there in the market that we're selling on our website, selling on our stand store, selling on Amazon, wherever it is that you want to sell, we're missing a huge opportunity to begin to position ourselves as the expert within our profession. So there's no reason why, if someone else can do it within their industry, why we can't start doing it within our industry. Maybe you want to start therapeutic coloring books. Maybe you want to start a social emotional learning program for youth. It doesn't matter what it is that you want to do. You just have to get started. And when you have a bundle like this that gives you everything that you need, there's really no reason why you can't take the leap and get started, because you're not taking the leap by yourself. You're taking the leap with someone who's already shown a record of creating digital products, who I've launched my own digital products, I've profited from my digital products, and I show you exactly how to get started. So, Victoria, you said, I have just been brainstorming, possibly around grief. Okay, that's great. So, let's take that idea. So, we're going to work your idea a little bit, Victoria. So say for example, if you utilize this bundle, let me go over what's all in the bundle. And I want to show you how you can use this bundle. And if you're like Victoria, think about what your idea is, what your target audience is, who it is that you want to serve, have that in your mind. And we're going to walk through how Victoria can use this bundle to begin creating her own digital product using grief and loss. Now, one, she doesn't have to, because you have the chat GPT prompts in here, you don't even have to recreate the wheel because the prompts will already, it's plug and play. The prompts are already in place. You just have to plug in your grief and loss information, use chat GPT, and it'll help you create your grief and loss group, your grief and loss curriculum, whatever it is that you want to create. So let me go over what's all in the bundle first. So you get 60 days of free mentorship with me, $47 to get started. You get the crash course to Canva, 90 days of social media content ideas, faceless marketing on TikTok, the Instagram playbook, faceless marketing on Instagram, the ultimate faceless marketing guide, the email marketing playbook, earning passive income with ChatGPT, 300 plus ChatGPT prompts, roadmap to digital marketing, the monthly focus workbook. You can print that off and write out your entire digital marketing plan, the beginner's guide to digital products, strategies that sell, and then you also get 20 social work specific product ideas. And one thing that I just added this morning is you get the nonprofit startup playbook. So if any of you had an idea of wanting to start a nonprofit organization, this gives you over 20 templates of sponsorship letters, how to communicate with funders, your budget that you can create, a list for your board of directors. Is jam packed. It has a lot of information in there. Planning out your nonprofit goals, creating your mission statement. So if you know you've had a desire to create your nonprofit organization, I just added this morning, the nonprofit startup playbook. It's only over like 50 pages of information. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you and inundate you with too much information. I just want you to know that it's possible for you to get started. Like, it's no reason why, if you've been having a desire and something has been placed within you where you've been having this inkling or this feeling or um, this gut feeling to know that it's something more for you, that is something more that you want to do with your degree, is something more bigger that you want to do within the social work profession. If you've been feeling that way, because I know that's how I was, I knew for a fact that I didn't go into social work to work in a cubicle. I didn't go into social work to be held back by red tape and politics. I knew that I had a desire to help communities. I went into social work to help people. And when I started having like this friction between me and my supervisors and policies and procedures and being told that I couldn't do this and the funding doesn't cover that and the funders will be mad about this, and I was like, I didn't sign up for this. Like, this is not what I went into social work to do. I went into social work to serve. So when you think about all of the ways that you sometimes get shackled within your social work profession, where you can't do the things that you want to do, where your ideas get shut down, where you know that it's something that the community needs, they've been communicating this over and over and over again, and your agency doesn't respond to that need. When you learn how to create your own digital products, you can create the things that you know that your community needs. You don't have to wait for your agency. You don't have to wait for your organization. You can put together your ideas. You can put together your event. You can plan that youth summit that you wanted to do. You can create that teen group that you wanted to have. You could create your food program that you wanted to offer to youth in the community. You can do whatever it is that you want to do once you have a framework on what it looks like to get started. And the reason why you would need this type of bundle, because you would need to attract people when you have those ideas. You have to attract your customers. And the best way now to be able to attract customers outside of word of mouth is through online marketing. So if you know how to sell the products that you have, if you know how to market the products that you have, if you do want to start that food service program and you need to create a flyer in Canva, if you need to find a way to send a proposal out to companies to get sponsorships, this bundle has everything that you need to begin to launch a digital product, have the nonprofit that you've been thinking that you wanted and that you're desiring, and you can get started for $47. There's really nothing else like this that I've seen social workers put together. by a social worker that's really helping you launch towards your own goals. And to me, that's really what this is all about. I hear so many of you say that you feel discouraged, that you feel stuck, that you feel like you've been working in your profession or in your career for so long, and you don't see any advancement opportunities. Some of you are saying, I don't know how I can transition. I've been doing substance abuse so long, but I really want to work with youth. I don't know how to make that transition. I think that now is an opportune time for you not to shy away from that voice that's telling you to move forward on your goals. Now is the time to really listen to what that internal voice is saying so that you can begin to put out into the world the things that matter to you, the things that you know that your community needs, the things that you've been told there's no money for it, there's no funding for it. But if you learn how to create something like this for yourself, you don't have to wait for money and funding from other people. You can begin putting out the things that you know that you have a desire to create and that people have been asking you for. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for permission. You can absolutely create the things that it is that you want using a bundle, using coaching, using access to knowledge that you might not have. So you don't have to go at this alone. That's one of the major things that I want you all to know. So Victoria says she's been brainstorming ideas possibly around grief. Okay, so one of the things that I was saying, let's say Victoria had the idea that she wanted to create a grief support group. So she wanted to use her knowledge and expertise, and she wanted to put together a grief support group. So we would need to first identify who is going to be your target audience for your grief support group. Maybe you want to target mothers who've lost a young child and you want to create a grief support group around that. So the first thing you would need to think about are, where are these mothers? How can I get access to these mothers so I can ask them to come to my grief support group so that I can see that they're interested. So one of the things that you would want to put together using this Canva crash course is you could use the Canva crash course to put together your outline or your curriculum for or your flyer for your grief support group. So you already have access to Canva, so you will use Canva to create your products for your grief support group. Now, if you said, okay, I know that I want this to be offered virtually, then you would need to market this grief support group. So, in order for you to begin marketing, you would need to create content. So, you have 90 days of social media content where you can do a 90-day push letting mothers know about this grief support group that you're starting. And then with your Chat GPT prompts, you can go into Chat GPT and say, Chat, create me messaging that resonates with mothers who have lost a child that would have them interested in becoming part of a support group. ChatGPT is going to go in and give you the language that you need to be able to start marketing your support group. Once you put together your information in Canva, once you created the digital product that you need, you upload that to your stand store. And once you upload that to your stand store, then you can start selling your digital product. So you have your plan, your content plan, you have your way to market it, and then you can begin selling it. And you would find a price. Just because you offer this to mothers, that doesn't mean that you have to price it super cheap. It doesn't have to be $2. It could be $47. It could be $97. It can be $197. It could be $27. And when they get this access to the support group, they can also get maybe a resource that you put together. 5 ways to help you manage through the holiday season. How to have difficult conversations with your young child or your child's sibling. So that could be the digital product that you can put together that also goes along with your support group. And the digital product can be anything that you think those mothers would need to help them to overcome grief. So that's just an example of how you can use this bundle to begin creating your own digital products. And we can do this for grief. We could do this for social emotional learning. We could do this for veterans. We could do this for school-based youth. We can do this for any demographic that you're working with. So if you know that you want to get started creating your own digital products and you want guidance, you want support, you want help, know that I'm here to be able to provide you with the information to get started. All you have to do is click the link in my bio. If you're on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, click the link in my profile. Head over to my stand store. You'll see Digital Dollars Unlocked. The bundle there is $47. You get access to not only 60 days of mentorship with me, but you get over 13 courses that helps you be able to launch your digital product, market your digital product, create your digital product, and sell your digital product. Now, some of you might not be familiar with Stand Store. which is totally fine, because when you get access to the bundle, I'll have a masterclass with you and we'll walk through all the steps that you need to do to get your stand store set up. So you don't have to worry about not knowing what to click, not knowing what to put, how to price the course, the graphic that you need to add. I'll show you exactly what you need to do. And because you have access to the Canva crash course, you can change and modify any of the products that I give you to make it specific for what you need. And then I'll show you how to upload it. And then one of the things you'll also need to do is link your Stripe account, which I'll show you how to do that. And I'll walk you through step by step. So the masterclass that will participate in, or that you'll participate in, it'll be over like an hour and a half of us just working together. So it's going to be more like a workshop where you can share your screen, where we can walk through if you're having any technical challenges, and we get you set up, we get you up and running. You can be up and running with your own digital product within a week. You can literally be up and running within a week. It doesn't have to take that long because I give you access to everything you need to get started. So does anyone have any questions about the bundle? Any questions about what's included? Any questions so far? So let me look over here at YouTube to see if there are any questions here. Any questions that you have about getting started with the bundle? Any questions? That sounds oh good. I'm glad you think that sounds helpful. I appreciate that. So if anyone has any questions, can you do a recap of what's included in the bundle? Absolutely. So again, it's 15. Why I keep saying 15? It's like 13 different products that you get. So let me pull up my screen again so I can let you know what it is that you get. Love, do you mind sharing what your idea is? You don't have to, but I want to make it specific so I can really help you figure out how the bundle will help you. But you get the crash course to Canva. You get 90 days of social media content ideas, so to be able to plan out your content. Faceless marketing on TikTok, so if you don't want to show your face while you're creating your content, you don't have to. The Instagram playbook, which is going to show you how to be successful on Instagram. You don't have to have a lot of followers in order to do this. Faceless marketing on Instagram, so you have an entire guide on how to do that. The Ultimate Facebook Guide, the Email Marketing Playbook, Earning Passive Income with ChatGPT, 300 plus ChatGPT prompts, Roadmap to Digital Marketing, which is going to give you everything that you need to know to get started in the digital marketing space if you're unfamiliar with it. The monthly focus workbooks, you can print that out and plan out your digital course launch. The Beginner's Guide to Digital Products, strategies that sell. So after you create the product, after you learn how to market the product, then you have to sell the product because we don't just want it sitting in Canva. Then you get 20 social work specific digital product ideas. So depending on your niche, depending on your industry, I put together 20 social work specific product ideas. And then you get the nonprofit startup playbook. So I just added this in this morning based off of some feedback from the live that I did yesterday. So in addition to the playbook, you also get 60 days of free mentorship with me, and then a free masterclass to show you how to set up your stand store and add all your products to your store. And with the nonprofit playbook, this is for those of you who said that you had a desire to start a nonprofit organization. So I went ahead and added in this playbook, which gives you over 20 plus templates of your budgeting tracking sheet, sample sponsorship letters, creating your funding plan. It's a 9+ page impact statement. So it shows your funders what your organization is doing, the impact that you've had in the community. It has a press release kit in there. And then it's like I said, over 20 different templates that I've included in there. And you get all of that. It's an instant digital download that you get for $47 if you decide to start today. I've been marked it down from $97 to $47 because I wanted to make this accessible to as many social workers as possible. And the reason why that's so important to me is I want to be able to use your products. I want to be able to mention your products on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is growing by the day. Right now, I'm at 28,000 subscribers. And if you create a digital product and you want me to share that product with my audience, or you have something that you put together and you think will be of value, I love selling or sharing products that other social workers have created. I love letting people know about what other social workers are doing. because I think we need to start coming into community more and not competing with each other as much, but being able to share each other's resources. So I would be more than happy if I'm in a therapy session and you've created something about grief and loss. That means I don't have to create it because my specialization is not in grief and loss. I specialize in trauma. I work with children who've experienced a traumatic event. I do social emotional learning. I don't specifically um, have a huge knowledge base in grief and loss. Now I can do it. I have experience with it. I've studied in it for undergrad, but that's not my area of focus. I've conducted grief and loss groups, but that's not my area of specialization. I would much rather work with Victoria or someone else on this live who has a lot more expertise than me in grief and loss, that I could use your resources and use your templates and use your worksheets and say to my clients, this is a worksheet that a fellow social worker put together. Utilize this worksheet to work through the grief and loss conversation that we're having. And then our next session, then we can have more conversation about it. I would love to use the templates that you all put together and the templates that you have. So this is something that you can use to be able to put all of that together. So I answered that. Can you do a recap? You're in the field of MSW looking to create content around social workers, um, are also looking at entrepreneurial opportunities. Okay. Do you want to share what type of social work content that you're wanting to put together? So, what is it that you're wanting to create for social workers, if you don't mind sharing that? Because I want you all to realize how real this can be for you. This is not just something that has to continue to be a thought or something that you just have posted on your vision board. 2025 is a year that whatever idea that you have, we can make it happen. You have access to whatever it is that you need, all the resources that you need, everything you need to get started. So I want to make sure that there's nothing holding you back. No fear is holding you back. No tech is holding you back. No lack of ideas is calling you back or is holding you back. I want you to know that you have access to everything that you need to get started. So let me go over to um, YouTube. So I'm trying to stream from two different places today. So you guys have to bear with me. Let me see if I have any questions on YouTube, or anyone on Instagram or TikTok have any questions about what you get with the bundle. So I just did a recap of everything that you get with the bundle. Again, you can click the link in my bio. You can click my TikTok profile. You'll click my stand store. From the stand store, you'll see the Digital Dollars Unlocked Template Bundle for $47. You can get started today. It's marked down from $97 to $47. And it has everything that you need to get started creating your digital product. Not only can you get started creating your own digital product, but when you get access to this bundle, it's 100% yours. You can resell it. You can add your own logo, your own marketing, add your name to it, and you can resell it for a profit. So once you get it from me, it's absolutely yours. Now I can show you how you can use it, how you can sell it, how you can add it to your stand store, but you 100% own it once you get it from me. So if that's something that you're interested in, know that you have access to that as well. Again, just this morning, I added the the nonprofit playbook. So if you have interest in starting a nonprofit organization, I added a new program into the Digital Dollars Unlock bundle just this morning. So you get over 20 templates on how to start your nonprofit organization. So your sponsorship letter, your 9+ page impact statement, a page where you can list out your board of directors, how to ask funders for support, your funding plan, your multi-program budget. So you get a lot. It's over 50 pages of information for you when you're ready to start your nonprofit organization. And when I transitioned from the career phase into the scaffolding phase, that's what I did to get started. I was working in the 9 to 5. I was working in case management, which wasn't even what I wanted to do. I went to school for school social work. I wanted to be a school social worker, so I did a specialization in school social work. But when I came back to my hometown, there were no school social work positions. Like that wasn't even a thing in my school system. So I had to start working in children's services. And that was nothing that I had a desire to do. I didn't want to remove kids from their homes. I didn't want to remove kids from the hospital. That was one of my first removals that I did when I was working for children's services. It was a mom. She was incarcerated. She was handcuffed to the bed and she was giving birth. And it was my job to go in there um, and have her sign the paperwork to release custody of her child over to the county. That I mean, I was fresh out of college. Like, I was like, absolutely not. Like, this is not what I went to college to do. Like, I understand, parents being neglectful and not taking care of their kids and children's services needing to step in. But from that being my first exposure to the profession, I was like, no, absolutely not. This is not how I want to serve my community. So from that, I then was able to eventually transition into doing school social work, but it wasn't traditional school social work. So I wasn't doing therapy in a school setting. I worked for a neighborhood schools program. So that's how I first got into schools. And then from that, I was then able to do school based therapy. So it was a journey to get there. So from those experiences, when I was in the career phase, um, I was able to see like organizations and companies coming in to train us for different things that we got trained for. And it was a lady who came in and she was training us how to be case managers. And I was like, I know how to be a case manager. Like, I don't need to sit through a training to learn how to be a case manager. Like, I felt thoroughly trained from having my master's degree and my bachelor's degree. And I was like, I can do that. So I had the idea. I started a consulting company, and from that, I started working with nonprofits, helping them be able to put their nonprofit organization together. I was able to do consulting with schools. I was able to do consulting with daycare centers. So it transitioned from me being able to help them start their nonprofits to them needing help and assistance with programming. So then that's what I started doing. So it was like an all encompassed way to support nonprofit organizations. And some of you mentioned yesterday that you had a desire to start a nonprofit organization. So that's why I put that in the bundle. So you get the nonprofit playbook, and now that's included with the additional 13 courses that you have access to now. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can click the link in my bio and get started for $47. You get access to over 12 courses to help you create and launch your first digital product. So does anyone on here already have a digital product? I'm just curious. Does anyone on here have their own digital product? Because it's easy to get started, but it can be a little bit intimidating because of the tech. Anyone have a desire to start their own digital product? And I shared before some of the digital products that I've started. So when I first started my YouTube channel, the first digital product that I created was 112 careers in social work. So I put together non-traditional and traditional social work careers that you could start in the profession that you can look into. So from that, I created 32 plus books every social worker must know. And then I started selling my resume templates just from me interviewing different social workers. I worked as a clinical director, and I was like, I feel like social workers need to know how to put together a resume to get it at the top of the pile. Because some of the resumes that we were getting in, like they didn't even make it to the first part of the interview process. So that's when I started putting together my resume templates. And then from that, I started putting together templated letters. So because I worked in schools, I know that schools sometimes want to know, like, what is the diagnosis of the child, but I wanted to maintain the confidentiality of the child because sometimes teachers can start uh, treating kids funny and different if they know that they have specific diagnoses, or sometimes they announce the diagnosis in front of the class, just crazy stuff. So I wanted to create a template that I could give to principals and teachers explaining like what the presentation of the diagnosis could look like without saying too much or giving too much details about the specific diagnosis that they had. So those were just a few of the templates that I started with. And then I also sold my private practice template. So when I started my private practice in 2018, I put together all the documents that I used to get started, and then I sold that as a bundle. So is anyone here interested in starting your own digital products, or maybe you have your own digital products? So let me see if I have any questions. Anyone on, oh wait, let me see. Let me go to the chat. I need to go into macro now. Okay, I think that's a good goal to transition into macro. Do you know what area of macro practice you would want to do? Master's level human services worker. Oh, thanks for following me. I appreciate that. Peace to you and your family in the field of mental health. I tune in because I see that you're in social work. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that. Guess what? I broke confidentiality at my site. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. So, I mean, if you're getting started out, it's normal. Sometimes you don't know, what things you're permitted to say and what things that you're not permitted to say. I do have a video on my YouTube channel about confidentiality. I have a script on there so you know exactly what to say. Um, and I encourage people to memorize it. That's one of the things that I did when I first started as a therapist. I memorized what I needed to say to inform my clients about confidentiality. So that way you can make sure that you're covered. And then you probably just want to check in with your agency to make sure that you're not breaching confidentiality in any way. You're not violating HIPAA. You're not giving out any private or personal information. So I mean, it's a learning process. We've all did things that violated confidentiality in some way within the profession. It happens. I'm in an MSW program at Grand Canyon University. Okay, good. Congratulations. And I need to go into macro. So I'll share with you how I transition into macro. Macro is not for me. Okay, that's okay. So let me share with you how I transition into macro, because sometimes I think people make it seem like it's more difficult process than it actually is. So when you're working in when you're working in micro social work, for those of us who know, micro social work is when you're working one to one, when you're working directly with clients. Macro social work is when you're working on a more programmatic level, meaning you're creating programs, you're putting policies in place, you're maybe communicating with government entities. Maybe you're doing something at a state level, at a programmatic level is when you're doing macro level social work. Sometimes when you're doing macro social work, you don't even have to stay within the macro field. So I wasn't doing social work when I transitioned into macro level work. So when I was working in direct practice, I applied for a position at a university, and I was able to speak to the micro level skills that I had and share how those were transferable in a macro setting. So the first macro job that I got was working in alumni relations at a university. So that was when I say my income, when I say my income increased so much from going from micro to macro, it was crazy. Like I didn't even know that it was possible for me to use my social work degree and then go into an adjacent career field such as alumni relations. But that's what I did. I was an alumni relations officer for events and communication. So I was responsible for coordinating the events when alumni came back to campus. I would coordinate with them to have their on campus events and their funding events. So if there was an alumni who wanted to host a fundraiser within their home, I would create the flyer. I would help, again, using my transferable skill sets. I would create the flyer. I would help with the marketing. I would communicate with the local chapter to make sure that they knew the information that was coming up for the event. And then I would facilitate all the communication to the alumni members. And the reason why I was able to do that is I used my prior experience from working, creating newsletters, creating flyers, communicating with families. So when I worked as a family support specialist with the Head Start program, I would do small events. So we were responsible for doing one event a month with Head Start families. I would coordinate an event on early childhood readiness. We would bring banks in to talk about financial literacy. And from that, I had to contact the bank. I had to coordinate the date that the speaker would come in. I had to create the flyer. I had to print off the flyer, put it in all the book bags of the kids in the preschool program. And then we had to get food and snacks for the parents. So we were coordinating that. And that was at me working at a micro level position in a Head Start program. I talked about how I did that and how I could translate those skills into a macro setting. So they already saw that I had the skill set. I just had to be able to do it for alumni as opposed to doing it for parents in a preschool setting. So it's really about how you communicate your value, how you communicate your skills, and that's going to be the thing that's going to help you be able to transition into a macro level position. And sometimes people can really get intimidated by that, but it's really, again, all about communicating your transferable skill sets. So someone says, I want to do forensic social work. I always wanted to work for the government. Okay, I think that's a good goal as well. Working for children is not for me. I worked at an elementary school. Well, see, here's the thing. This was one of the reasons why, again, I had put together my 112 careers in social work, because sometimes we don't even know the possibilities that are available within the social work profession. We sometimes think that we have to do traditional micro jobs, working in case management, working at children's services, working at a local nonprofit organization, when there's so many things that we can do within the profession. We don't have to stay within a traditional role. And when I talk about working in the career phase, one of the things that is really important about being in the career phase is that's where you develop your skill set. That's where you develop your competence. That's where you develop your expertise. That's where you develop all of those skills that you then transition into the scaffolding phase. The scaffolding phase is when you're working your 9 to 5, but you made the decision that you want to start something on the side. So you want to start a coaching company, a consulting company, you want to sell digital products, or you want to do online content creation like what I'm doing. So once you get to the scaffolding phase, you might notice, okay, I want to stay here. I really like working my 9 to 5, the security of that, and then also being able to create additional income for myself. You might decide you want to stay in the scaffolding phase. But for some of you, you might say, no, I think I can go all in on this. Like, I think I can make this into a career. I know that I want to work for myself. So then you would transition into the social work CEO phase. That's when you're working for yourself, 100% solely reliant on the income that you bring in. That can again be through your coaching, your consulting, or it can be through a private practice. So that's the steps that I took to start in the social work CEO phase, and how I got into private practice. I started in the career phase. I then moved to the scaffolding phase by starting my consulting company and helping nonprofits, and then I transitioned into the social work CEO phase. And that's all possible for you. And that's one of the things that I do through my mentorship. So if you get access to the bundle, you get 60 days of free mentorship. If you want 60 days of free mentorship to learn how to navigate your social work career a little bit better, excuse the stuff on the bed, you guys. I'm visiting my aunt and we're going to be leaving soon. So I wanted to come on live, but I got some stuff that I unpacked and it's still back here on the bed. But if you're wanting to get started creating your own digital products, click the link in my bio. Go to my stand store. You get access to digital dollars unlocked for $47. Now, let me go over what you get with digital dollars unlocked to help you create your first digital product. This does not have to be difficult. You'll have access to mentorship. You'll have access to training. You'll have access to everything that you need to get started. So this is over 13 plus courses for you to get started creating your digital products. You get the crash course to Canva. So if those of you who maybe you've used Canva before, or you want to get introduced to Canva, you have the crash course to Canva. You have 90 days of social media content ideas, faceless marketing on TikTok, the Instagram playbook, faceless marketing on Instagram, the ultimate faceless guide, email marketing playbook, earning passive income with ChatGPT, 300 ChatGPT prompts, roadmap to digital marketing, the monthly focus workbook. You can print that out and use that to plan out your digital marketing plan. Beginner's Guide to Digital Marketing. For those of you who are new, it walks you through what digital marketing is and how to get started. Strategies that sell. So maybe you have a product, you've created the product in Canva. We don't just want it sitting in Canva. So you have to learn how to market it. And when you market it, you want it to sell. So we have strategies that sell that's included. You get 20 social work specific product ideas. So you don't have to leave the profession. You don't have to start trying to sell vending machines. You don't have to start a laundromat. You don't have to start selling bundles. You don't have to start doing nails on the side. You can absolutely stay within the profession if that is your desire. And I have social work specific product ideas that you can start. And then just this morning, I added the nonprofit startup playbook. So for those of you who expressed that you had a desire to start your own nonprofit organization, this gives you a guide, 20 plus templates on a sponsorship letter, your funding plan, a 9-page impact statement, your board of directors, just kind of like for you to put that together. Part of the coaching, if you all need more nonprofit resources to start your nonprofit, I have so much resources for starting a nonprofit. So if you come into the bundle, know that you just won't get this. You'll get access to all of my knowledge and expertise that I had when I started my consulting company and help people start their nonprofit organizations. So that means if you need your nonprofit bylaws, I have that for you. If you need to know how to operate Robert's Rules of Order to be able to structure your board meetings, I have that. If you need training for your board of directors, I have that. So it's so much information that you get just in addition to this. The playbook is just to get you started. The playbook is just to show you if you want to start a nonprofit organization, you don't have to be scouring the internet looking for forms and documents and a sponsorship letter and a press release for something that you're wanting to do, how to plan out your event. If you're wanting to do a conference, I have a whole conference planning guide. If you want to start a a social work conference, a youth summit, if you want to do a conference for teen girls, I have so much information if you're wanting to start a nonprofit organization. So not only do you get access to the playbook, but you get access to all the other resources that I've created when I've helped nonprofits start up. And someone asked me yesterday, does anyone have any questions on how to actually start a nonprofit organization? Does anyone want that information? I'll just give you like a glimpse of what it is that I share with you when you get into mentorship with me and you want to start a nonprofit organization, because sometimes people don't even know the steps. So someone says you have to go to Instagram. If you're looking for the link, let me see. I don't know if I can add it here. Um, so if you can go over to Instagram, that's how you access the link. It's my stand store and it's at the top, $47, and it's digital dollars unlocked. But let me see if I can add it to the stream. So you guys, I'm streaming from YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So let me see if I can put that in the chat. Okay, throwback, let me know if you can see that. The bundle is yeah, I just added the bundle. I work for Head Start and received the foundation of servitude there. I love working for Head Start. That was like, I love working for Head Start, but I didn't like the organization that I was working for. So that's what I hate, when you really find the work that you love to do within the company is like they don't treat their employees well. Or one of the things I talk about on my YouTube channel, they'll have this, we're all about the client or we're service focused, but then they say that at the expense of their employees. Like, how come you can't be client focused and treat us the way we deserve to be treated? How come you can't be client focused and pay us more? When I work for Head Start, we work for the regular school year, and then every summer we had to file for unemployment, probably similar to what teachers do. But that's so unsustainable as a lifestyle. Like, you can't have all of your bills coming out during the regular school year, and then summer comes and then you have to file for unemployment, and then you get less than half of what you normally get in your salary. Like, I love working for Head Start, but it just was not sustainable. Please save the live. Okay, I'll definitely try to make sure I can save the live. I know through Restream it'll be saved. That's the streaming platform that I'm using. So oh shoot, maybe it's not. I'll definitely make sure I try to save the live, because this is my first time streaming to all three platforms. So I just jumped on, and hope that it worked. I set up things properly that I knew I needed to set up, but I don't know if I clicked all the buttons for it to be able to save. But hopefully on Instagram, it'll definitely save it. But this won't be the last time that I'll be going live. So you all still have you'll still be able to get what you need. Do you have a knowledge base on how nonprofits provide credit towards student loan debt? Um, a little bit. So again, that's not my area of expertise either, but I'll tell you what I know. But if someone here can answer her question better than I can, Love's question better than me, then you can put that in the chat. So one of the things I know, that when you work for a nonprofit organization, you get credit for the years that you work for that nonprofit. So there's a form that you get from your loan provider, whoever your loan is through, and they'll give you a form that you have to give to your nonprofit organization. And once you give that to them, they confirm that you are a full-time employee. And then that time spent starts to work for it's 10 years that you have to be able to work for a company in order for your student loan forgiveness to kick in. And every year you provide that form to your organization. I love your YouTube videos. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. So every year you provide that form to the nonprofit organization that you're working for. They complete that, and then that counts as your year of service to get that year deducted from the total amount that you owe on your student loans. And also know that schools are considered nonprofit. Universities are considered nonprofit. So even if you're not working for a traditional nonprofit organization like who does social service or community mental health, if you work oftentimes in higher ed or education, you can get a student loan forgiveness that way as well. What do you think about HCAP Head Start? I'm not familiar with that. Can you let me know a little bit more about what that is? Let's see. So I sent the link. Hopefully you have access to it. I have Instagram. Okay, well, I just sent the link throwback. So hopefully you'll see the link there. So I'm going to be logging off at 12:45, you guys. So if you still want to get access to the bundle, you absolutely can. It's $47. It's located in my description, is in my bio. You get access to the resources that you need to start your own digital product. If you've been working in the career phase and you want to transition to the scaffolding phase, meaning you're creating something on the side in addition to your 9 to 5. If you know you want additional income outside of your 9 to 5, then this is the bundle that I want you to get. You get 60 days of mentorship with me. I walk you through how to create your digital product. You get access to Canva Crash Course. Let me go over everything that you get in the bundle. This is only for people who know that they're ready to start their digital product. This is only for people who know that they're ready to start their digital product. Maybe you've been seeing other people's digital products online and you know that you want to get started. This is for you. You're working specifically with someone within our profession. This is not a general marketer that you'll just find on social media. This is not someone who specializes in trucks or Airbnb or laundromats or anything, bundles. We're staying within our profession. That is so important to me. I want us to stay within our profession. I want you to learn from someone in the profession who's doing exactly what it is that you want to do, because I want you to see that it's possible for you as well. You don't have to go outside of your degree. You don't have to be licensed. You don't have to have a BSW. You don't have to have an MSW. You don't have to have an LCSW, a LISW, or a LSW, a LPCC. You don't need any of that to get started creating your own digital products. That's what I want you all to remember. You don't need your master's degree. You don't need your bachelor's degree. You don't need your LSW. You don't need your LISW. You don't need your LCSW. You don't need your LPC. You don't need any more certifications, licenses, or any of that. You get started with the knowledge that you already have. You don't allow people to tell you that you need more than you have to get started, because if you're working in a job and they hired you, they already noticed that you have an area of expertise. They already noticed that you have a skill set. What we're talking about now is using that skill set to be able to monetize it and to make money for yourself. So when I say monetize, that means, i.e., make money for yourself. Your company has learned how to monetize your skill set because they make money off your skill set all the time. Every time you show up for work, they're making money for your skill set. What we're talking about now is you taking control of your career, you designing the career that you want by learning how personally to monetize off your skill set the same way your company has learned how to do it. That's what we're talking about. So if that's you, and you know you're ready for that, then make sure that you go to the link, click my stand store. It's the Digital Dollars Unlock Bundle for $47. I'm going to be getting off here at 12:42. Okay, so we have a couple more minutes for you to be able to access the bundle. Let me see if there's any other questions that I have. I don't know what the Head Start program is, so I'm sorry about that. Um, could your nonprofit could your nonprofit count towards the credit towards the student loan forgiveness program? Can your not? Yes, absolutely. You just have to be able to set it up properly. So if you have your own nonprofit organization, your nonprofit organization can count for the student loan forgiveness program. It absolutely can. Yes, I applied for a family support worker at Head Start. It's a community action nonprofit organization that has daycares and other social services. I don't have experience. Okay, that's okay. That's okay if you don't have experience. When you're first starting into your career, oftentimes they know that you don't have experience if you're just graduating or you're just new to the profession. One of the things that I said on my live a couple days back is you don't have to have experience in everything to show that you have knowledge in some things. Okay, you don't have to have experience in everything to show that you have knowledge in some things. What that means is you went to school, you probably have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. Talk about what you learned about working with youth, working with students, and child behavior in your degree, and the knowledge that you'll bring based off of what you learned in school. So if you apply for a family support specialist with the Head Start program, think about what is important to a Head Start program. What's important to a Head Start program is early childhood readiness. They want their children ready for kindergarten. That's what Head Start is all about. So when you interview for that position, you can use these Chat GPT prompts. Chat, tell me how I can communicate to an employer the skills that I have to be able to ensure that preschoolers are kindergarten ready. That's how you can use this product. to be able to help you in your career right now, or to be able to create a digital product. So if you know that you're wanting to work with Head Start, early childhood readiness is important. Fine and gross motor skills is important. Parent communication, being able to have a relationship with parents is important. All of those things you can put together and create a digital course from that, a digital product for that. How to get parents more engaged in their preschool child's education, a 10-point guide for helping parents become more engaged, how to start your parent involvement organization at your Head Start program. So it's so many ideas that you can do. They have. I need experience in social work. I only have experience working with children for 3 years in my foreign degree in psychology. Okay, so even with that, try more agencies. Try more agencies. I would look into your community, see what Head Start programs are available. When they're saying social work experience, what that says to me is they want to know that you have experience working with children, which is fine. And if it's Head Start, and you have experience working with children, we probably need to change the way that you're talking about how you work with children. So I want you to identify 4 or 5 agencies. I want you to go to those agencies' websites, look for their curriculum, look for how they help preschoolers become ready. And when you go in for an interview or when you talk to those organizations, use the language that they're using on their website. One of the things that I also recommend to social workers is if an organization or company has an annual report, pull up their annual report. Most nonprofits, 99, 100% of nonprofits will have an annual report on their website. Pull up the annual report, get the information that the nonprofit is sharing with their funders in terms of the impact that they're having in the community, the work that they're doing, the programs that they've launched. Look over those things and then use that language when you go into your interview, because you'll be using a language that the company understands and they're already using it in their marketing. So you want to make sure you're in alignment with what those companies' values are. Now, you still want to make sure that it's something you know and something you value, but that can be learned over time. So make sure it's still authentic to you, but use the language that you notice that they're using in their marketing, in their curriculum, and within their company. And then I would say try again. I would say try again. And if you want more help on this, you can reach out to me. You can DM me if you have any specific questions. I also have a resume audit. So if any of you wanted a free resume audit, that's also on my where's the resume audit? That's also on my Stand store. I think I have my Typeform link. I might need to update that. So you can DM me if you do want to do the resume audit, because I know I need to update my Typeform. But it's free. You get a free resume audit. I can look over your resume, see where you're having difficulties, and then within the resume audit, when you complete the a link for that, it'll ask you to upload a sample position that you're applying for. So then I'll have a better idea of what the position is. And then I can see where the mismatch is between the roles that you're applying for and then what you have on your resume. So know that you can reach out to me directly if you want a resume audit. Okay, so I went a couple minutes over. I have to log off, you guys. If you want to get the resume template bundle, I'm sorry, not the resume template bundle. If you want to get digital dollars unlocked, that's my other digital product that I sell. If you want to get digital dollars unlocked, you want to start your own digital product, you want to transition from the career phase to the scaffolding phase, designing a career that you love, teaching what you know, using the knowledge that you already have, packaging that and creating a digital product that you can market, that you can sell, that you can put in front of your own audience using your own knowledge, monetizing off of what you know. That's what we're about. So make sure that you click the link in my bio, head to my Stand store. It's Digital Dollars Unlocked. Click the link there. You get instant access to all of these courses. I'm going to go over the courses that you get access to one more time, and then I have to log off because I have to head over to an event. So you get the crash course of Canva, you get 90 days of social media ideas, faceless marketing on TikTok, the Instagram playbook, faceless marketing on Instagram, the ultimate faceless bundle. So if you're worried about confidentiality, you don't even have to show your face to do this. Email marketing playbook, earning passive income with ChatGPT, 300 ChatGPT prompts, your roadmap to digital marketing, your monthly focus workbook so you can print this off and plan out all the templates that you want to create, the beginner's guide to digital products, strategies that sell. So once you create it in Canva, once you learn how to market it, you want it to sell. You don't just want it sitting in Canva. You want it to be able to sell. 20 social work specific digital product ideas. These are specific for our profession. And then you get the nonprofit startup playbook. I just added that this morning for those of you who said that you have a desire to start a nonprofit organization. So you get all of those within the bundle, plus 60 days of free mentorship with me. I walk you through how to set up your stand store. I walk you through how to get started. I work with you until we get your digital product set up on your stand store and sold. So you don't have to worry about it just sitting there. We're gonna get it sold. Okay, and we're going to use the same process that I use to sell my digital products, through my YouTube channel, through my email list. I sell multiple ways, but we're going to keep it simple to start. But I want you all to be successful. I want this to be the year that you go after your goals, your ideas, your visions, and your plans as a social work professional. I don't want you staying stuck in the 9 to 5 if that's not what you want. If you have the idea of creating something more, of being able to put tools and resources and guides and cheat sheets and checklists and workbooks out into the world, I want you to do that this year. I don't want you to have another year where you're scared, where you don't know what to do, where you're sitting on the fence. I want you to be 100% confident that you can do this. And I'm going to do what I can to walk you through it and make sure that you're successful. Okay, so I have to log off, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for your questions. If you need to connect with me, just send me a direct message. You can also email me. Thank you all so much for being here. And as always, like I say, be well. Okay, so this gives me the option to share, but I'm going to end the stream.